We got a new Ryan Gosling movie, which means I have a new personality for the month, so here's my spoiler-free thoughts on the best and worst parts of the movie The Fall Guy. And Ryan Gosling is easily the best part of this movie, and the only reason it's actually somewhat good. If you don't know, he plays this hopeless romantic stuntman. He's very in love with Emily Blunt's character and wants to get back together with her, but he has a very bad accident on set one day. And he ends up getting pulled into this huge mystery revolving around the actor that he is a stunt double for. But Ryan Gosling is just so good as this type of character. Like, he pulls off both the witty and physical humor perfectly. It really reminded me of his character in The Nice Guys. There's a lot of similarities between these two roles. I saw a lot of reviews before I watched the movie saying that him and Emily Blunt have like no chemistry at all. I don't know what they're talking about. I think their relationship and dynamic actually work pretty well in this. And Emily Blunt is actually very good in this movie. I just feel like until the very end, they almost give her nothing to do besides just being the love interest. Well, I don't think this is an absolutely hilarious film or anything. Like, there's lots of gags that are very predictable and overdone. But it still has a lot of very funny moments. I was laughing a decent amount throughout it. Like, you're never going to be really bored watching this film. That being said, I do feel like the runtime of this film was just a little bit bloated for the type of movie it is. Like, if they cut like 15 to 20 minutes out of this, it could have been a really clean hour 40. It's not like there's any scenes that are absolutely terrible. I just feel like some scenes and gags go on for like a minute or two too long. I do gotta say, I really appreciate how much this movie appreciates stuntmen and is trying to get the message across of how important they are to the filmmaking process. And while it doesn't necessarily say, there is some scenes that definitely point to them criticizing the use of AI to replace actors and stuntmen in particular, which is very timely and I thought was very good, but ironically, I do think the action was a bit lackluster in this film. It serves the purpose of supporting the kind of romance and comedy of the film perfectly fine, but on its own, it's just a little bit repetitive. And I kind of felt like it was ironic in some scenes since this movie's all about stuntmen, but there were some like car chase scenes where Ryan Gosling is obviously just in front of some CGI screen, and it looks so fake. It would have been such a great moment to actually have a real stuntman do the car chase. There is just some sloppy editing in this film in general. Like, there's a lot of moments where we're cutting between Ryan Gosling doing some insane high action chase and then Emily Blunt like sitting sad at a bar somewhere, which is a fine gag. It works in lots of movies, but they literally almost cut in the middle of Emily Blunt's sentences so many times. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it's not good either way. I'm not lying when I say this dog, he only speaks French and he was one of my favorite characters in the movie. Like, he's pretty much Ryan Gosling's sidekick and it just works so well for me. The third act of the film does get insanely over the top with the action, but I actually think it works really well. And overall, this is a very fun time at the theaters. I would highly recommend you to go see it. If you have, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. I give it a 7.5 out of 10.